5 life dynamics.
Crick.
Crack.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Atala Dispatch. Brand new intro. Hope you
yeah,
like that.
I know
Thank
y'all
you,
liked it. I
BK.
know y'all liked it. That thing was hard. We came up on that bit like, boom. Very proud of that, if I do say so myself.
Yes. Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy any day that you're watching this. If you're watching this in the future, welcome. How are you doing?
Man, you know, it's been a bit of a rough week for a lot of different reasons. Just in the world for a lot of unfortunate reasons, but personally, I've been kind of going through it a little bit. Just to be transparent, because y'all are my people. I lost a family member this past week. My aunt, who had been sick for a long time, finally went on home to glory. She is an ancestor now, so she probably here vibing with us.
Right. Because why not?
Yeah, I brought her jacket because I've been wearing it since she got sick, and yeah, just keep her close to me because she was my favorite auntie. Don't let any of the other aunties on the auntie team hear me say that, but she was a fave. Like hands down, all the cousins.
You have been wearing and rocking that jacket real
Yeah,
hard, and it's
yeah.
real fly, and I know you get a lot of compliments on it. So
I do.
yeah.
So just many blessings to the ancestor that is now an ancestor, Equan Jamesina King.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue to watch over us, and I hope I make you proud.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And
But yeah.
sending so much love to your family,
Thank
to
you,
your
thank you,
mom,
thank
who
you.
has been with us on an
Oh
episode.
yeah, she's been on the show. That's
Yeah.
right. Shout out to my mommy. Hey, Mom.
Yes. But yeah, sending y'all so much love because
Thank
that is
you.
not an easy thing, regardless of how present they remain. It is a difficult thing to lose them in the physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got my people.
Yeah.
Got my family, my beloved family. Shout out to
Absolutely.
y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in today.
Yes.
'Cause this is a beautiful show we have packed
yes.
today.
I'm wondering though, like in this time of transition and like political strife, what is actually bringing you joy this particular week?
I guess I should answer it.
Particularly, some weight for you.
Yeah,
today.
Thank you for bringing that back. I was gonna skip over it real heavy.
Yeah.
So I think what has been bringing me joy, aside from like having good distractions, right? So I can say that this is a good distraction.
Yeah. I hear that.
Being able to think through like how to storytell to our people so we're staying informed and staying on top of the things that matter for us right now in this day and age, be it here in South Florida, in the Caribbean, or as a diaspora as a whole. So being able to like focus on that is bringing me a lot of joy.
Yes.
I've been in a period of like trying to unearth my inner child again. So I've been doing a lot of things to like make her happy.
Yes.
So I've been eating good foods, creating my little mini books.
Using your hands.
Using my hands. Been getting creative. I've been writing a lot more, which has been hard to do as of late for a lot of different reasons. A lot of it's mental health, just to be honest. But just really feeding my inner child is what's been a saving grace. So the biggest thing has been learning the saxophone again, which I'm very excited about.
True.
My neighbors might not like it as much, but
they'll be all right.
They'll be okay. As soon as I get into the groove, they'll enjoy it. But right now, they hate me. But yeah, I think just getting regrounded into myself has been a journey it's been a journey. I don't know of what just yet. It's been a journey. So that's what's been kind of bringing me joy and bringing me light and challenging me, which isn't always a good thing. But, or I won't say it isn't always a good thing. It isn't always a good feeling.
Right.
So,
but that's misleading too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly.
I love that you're recognizing that.
Yeah. So I think that's what's been bringing me joy a lot, and just to get to see you with the babies. There's been many of babies coming through.
So many babies.
So
love the babies.
Shout out to the new mommies and families and papas out there.
Yeah.
It's good. How about you,
That's
Sam?
amazing.
What's bringing you joy?
What is bringing me joy?
Or what's bringing you presence? Because it doesn't always have to be joy. But
Right.
what is bringing you presence right now?
That's real. Being in the moment, like being very intentional about remaining in the now. Because as you know, I'm obsessed with time and and all the concepts of time.
Yeah.
And I think that everything that I've learned about time over the course of many years is that the now is really the important thing. I think that when everything else is unclear, like getting an understanding of what I can do now, what I have the power to do now, even when I feel powerless, even when I feel hopeless, the now brings me a different kind of grounding these days, and remaining very much present and not in my head, or not on my phone, or not worrying about things, eventualities that may or may not happen, but focusing on the things that I can do now to shift and move those things feels like the right thing to do when I feel hopeless. And it, it very much brings me that presence. And in terms of joy, I mean, I think what's funny is that I feel like I'm in a moment where I'm figuring out the hard things that I need to do to bring me more joy, or to embody my own power more.
Oh, man, I feel that so heavy right now.
Yeah.
I feel that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that's
And oh man, that talk about challenging. Like, I was talking to my niece the other day, and since like I decided to go on this journey of like, okay, I'm really gonna take my art seriously. I'm really gonna be the person I see in my head. So how do I get to that place? Like the girl I see 3-5 years from now. Like who do I need to be right now in order to get to that girl right there?
Yes.
So I definitely resonate with that, and it's been heavy on my mind because it's like you gotta walk it like you talk it. You really gonna stand on business, or you gonna let that vision just pass you by?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and just
real.
know that physics tells us that everything's already happened. Like the future, the past, the present, it's all happening right now.
Yep.
Therefore, that path is already laid out for you. And all you got to do is just stand in that path.
Speak it,
and,
right?
And bring yourself to,
Because the power is in the word. So if we say it,
it's already
there.
Absolutely. So I love that.
I love that too. Thank you so much, Sam.
The way that you're showing up for your past self, you're showing up for your future self.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes. Talk about it.
That out.
Yeah, we did that. We did that together. So as we speak about the words, and speaking a word over ourselves, you see how we did that organically, friend. Let's do it. So speaking about the words,
yes, love.
Today we are taking a walk through history and speaking about the impacts of cultural organizing.
Yes.
And we'll be talking to some of our friends at Voices, Poetry for the People. Now, not to be mistaken with Poetry for the People, which was coined and iconized by the late, great June Jordan.
Yes.
She started the Poetry for People workshop on the campus of Berkeley College. It was an experiment that she started with her and her students to really bring poetry to the people, right?
Yes. To break down the barriers of what it is, the canon of poetry, I think, can sometimes seem very like out of touch, can seem very white, very male, can seem very like
especially
far
at that
away
time
from
too.
us, right?
Yeah.
But actually, poetry, as we know it, as organizers, has a different kind of lineage. It has a different kind of power to speak to the hearts and minds of people, but also to transmute the kind of things that we're feeling that are hard to put into words.
Right.
I think right now is one of those moments where the rage, the
The apathy.
The helplessness, the
Yeah.
all of those things are so immensely difficult to translate and communicate. Communication is such a huge part of how we organize, how we come together, how we learn, and how we send messages out into the future, and how we actually archive what it is that is actually happening to the everyday person. And poetry is such a beautiful vehicle for that, especially because of the way that June Jordan and her students defined it, which is as truth telling. If we are to measure uh, poetry as effective or not effective in transmuting um, and translating what it is that we're feeling and going through, then we should be able to know if it's effective at doing so or not. And truth is the barometer by which we measure that.
You better talk that. You better talk that free. Let them know. So we will be taking a moment to talk to one of our beloveds.
Yeah.
One of the members of Voices Poetry for the People, which
That's
is the
right.
Miami iteration that was brought to us by the beautiful Aja Monet,
That's
friend of the
right.
show. Hey, Aja,
Who
how
we
you
just
doing?
talked about last week.
Yes.
There's a show, Florida Water.
Yes.
So we have Jessica Helsinger here today representing for Voices
Voices
Poetry for the People,
Coming up
especially
there.
as it's coming up in
Oh,
its
yeah.
new iteration.
Yeah, we got another iteration. So if you're interested in getting down with Voices Poetry for the People, we have an Instagram. You could come see me, BK, or Sam, or Jess, who we're going to introduce soon, and who's going to be here talking with us on the couch about the impact of the social poetics that we all took part in as Voices Poetry for the People.
Absolutely.
So I'll give us a short intro. We already gave like the backstory around how Poetry for the People came about through the lineage of June Jordan. So Voices Poetry for the People is a local group of social poets who are hosting workshops, events, and really using poetry as a tool for understanding through the teachings of June Jordan, who originated the Poetry for the People workshop. So, without further ado, we will bring Miss Jess, aka Peaches, to the couch. Come on, Jess.
Come on in, Jess.
AKA Peaches. So this is our very first in-person interview. Thank you so much, Jess, for joining us on the couch. Yes, you're the first.
We've only done pre-recorded interviews. Right now, we have you on the couch, on location here at Dear Eleanor, and we, are excited to have you. Welcome to the couch.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the introduction.
Yeah, no problem. So, if you wouldn't mind giving the folks who are watching, just tell them a bit about your work as an artist. What brought you to Miami? What brought you to Voices Poetry for the People? And just
a bit about your work.
Tell us a little
who
bit
you are.
about yourself.
That's a loaded
Who is
question,
you?
friend. That's a loaded question. There's so many. The
Ways you
ADHD
could
will
take
take
it.
us
Gotcha.
somewhere else.
Start small. We have time.
We'll start small. So I'm originally from Rockford, Illinois, which is right outside Chicago. It's about an hour west of Chicago, and I grew up there. And I found myself in Miami around 2004. I had got a full scholarship to the Art Institute here. And 21 years later, I'm still here.
Hey, we've adopted you. You live here now.
Yes, I'm officially a Florida man.
Hey,
Yeah.
If you will.
we could talk about Florida women later, actually, because
Right.
that's a thing now.
Right. I've been here ever since, and I've been an artist since I was a kid. Honestly, it was just something that was like innately there, and I was always drawing. And
You're a beautiful fine artist.
Oh my God.
Let's
Thank you,
say
guys.
that.
Talk
Appreciate
about
it.
the work. Like, the first time I saw a piece of yours, I was very much like, oh my God, I know the person that made this?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yes. I am not as much of a practicing artist as I would like to be. We won't go there because that's a deep dive into mental health and all the kinds of other
Trust me,
things and
trust me.
barriers. But when I do get the creative spark, I definitely feel like I can perform very well.
Yes, you can.
And I like to I like to say that I'm a jack of all trades. There's not much creative outlets or mediums that I'm not able to do, really. I
Yeah.
can do photography, I can do
Mm-hmm.
sculpture,
Mm-hmm.
with whatever material I have, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
clay or found objects.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing collages, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's digital or you know
Yeah, working with different mediums.
different
Yeah.
mediums with collage. And so, yeah, I honestly feel like I'm not a formal organizer, if you will.
Hmm.
I kind of came into it just because I love. So love brought me
Yeah.
to it. Um, and I came to Poetry for the People because I was in the midst of organizing around a case. And Sam introduced me to Poetry for the People.
I remember.
Yep, and it was just by chance that
Yeah.
I came with you because you were supposed to go to that meeting with somebody else, and they bailed on you. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, because
I'm like, I don't want to go by myself.
right, and you knew that like I had been starting to work around this
Yeah.
this endeavor, and I had some poetry that I had written, which I don't also claim to be a poet, but if I need to throw down, I will.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
Okay, Jess, because we've been in workshop with you, so we're not gonna let you
Right.
tell these fallacies on our show. You
Yeah.
are actually a beautiful, brilliant poet.
Thanks.
And you're such a nerd about it, which I appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
Jess is a nerd about a lot of things,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
helps her poetry and
Exactly.
helps her take
Yeah.
on whatever it is that she needs to take on.
And the
True.
fact
And I think
that,
that
you brought so much knowledge to the poetry, which I think is
Yes.
the really, like, knowledge, textbook knowledge, yes, but like lived experience and knowledge. Like you brought your
Absolutely.
full self to the poetry, which is important.
Yeah.
And I
agree.
think we learned that through that first iteration. Well, when I joined, I think it was the second iteration that I joined in. But we
Was it?
learned that. Like
Okay.
we learned that, whatever you bring your full self and just lay it on the page. And I think out of all of us, I feel like you and Libre were probably the ones that were most gung ho and most completely down. Shout out to Libre. Hey, we
Hey,
hope you're
Libre.
safe.
Yes, we hope
out
you're
in
safe.
Gaza, yes.
Yes, but yeah. So please.
I love that you're talking
Yeah.
about touching on all of the different things that you do, though, and especially with the fact that I brought you in to Poetry for the People, but you were already talking about utilizing your art and your
Yeah.
practice, and in order to share a message.
Right.
That already was innately in you.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you could speak to the work that you do now through the ICA, and how you apply all of those things that you've learned and picked up along the way.
Yeah, I feel like the work, like being in these spaces, like one thing led to another, if you will. Excuse us for the background noise.
That's crazy.
We're right next to a parking lot, and
It adds to the charm of the show. Just
Yes.
continue.
you know that we're live, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do work at the Institute of Contemporary Art, and I am fortunate enough to run a program there with my beloved friend Alyssa, who is also an amazing organizer and artist in their own right, and very passionate individual. And so both of us together make a pretty dope team for that program, and it's called the Narratives Program. And so that work really coincides with the work that I've done in the organizing. It brought me to this ability or this job to be able to come and connect with youth in the community of Miami, and allow them to tell their own narratives. We go into places like the Juvenile Detention Center. We go into places like Citrus Health and Pembroke Pines. We go into Overtown and Brownsville. And so we're allowing the students a chance to be exposed to local artists in the community. And we bring in the homies. Like, we hire homies, and we're like, hey, like, all our abolitionist homies, all our creatives, we're like, you want a job? I would love to employ you. We want to expose our students to this way of thinking and plant seeds. And so we look for that when we're out there, and we go in and we provide art programming and connect, local community artists with our students. And We put on amazing exhibitions for them. So in some ways, I guess that goes to what Sam and I talked about yesterday or whatever day it was about being an art doula, which actually I heard of recently. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's fitting. An art doula.
Before we get too far past it, because I do want to get into
Yes.
that, can you talk to us a little bit about, I guess, what changes you all are seeing at the administrative level with your work as far as bringing more folks into the fold of like being teaching artists? Like, we know that a lot of our funding is being cut. So like, can you tell us, you know, from your perspective as somebody that works at the museum, like what are you seeing and how's that affecting the landscape at the museum?
Yeah, so it's really disrupting the art ecology here in Miami-Dade, Broward, South Florida, and just Florida in general. As you all know, the governor defunded all of the art in the entire state, and now our mayor is talking about defunding the cultural sector completely as well. So it's like a vice, and it's getting really tight, if you will. So to be able to provide this programming for our youth is so vital in this moment, to be able to allow them the space to create safely, whether they are in a detention center or in a residential facility. Like that is so important, and it's really, I will say, personally stressful, I think, for both Alyssa and I, that, you know, this may not continue. And it's so needed right now. So needed right now with everything that's happening politically, just across the board for many reasons, financially for folks, just everything. So, we're feeling it. We're definitely feeling it.
So you were starting to get into how you define yourself, and we had a conversation because, you know, when I brought this idea to you to like, okay, what are we going to talk about? I kept saying culture worker, culture worker, culture worker. And you were like, hold on.
Right.
I don't know about culture worker for me. Can you say more about why?
Well, so it was interesting because then you defined it. And I guess I've never really had a specific definition expressed to me before.
And cultural worker?
Yeah.
Or like, cultural organizer in general?
Yeah, like I know, but I don't know formally. You know what I mean?
As it happens.
And that's why I said I don't consider myself a formal organizer. Like, I wasn't born in this. I didn't like, no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that have like, this is like, they were just in it. You know, I feel like some people, like, they just come from that, like, type of family or framework.
Yeah, but that doesn't
I'm going to push
mean
back
anything.
against that, Jess.
That doesn't mean
that don't mean
anything.
nothing.
It doesn't.
And you already had the, as I said, instinct.
Of course. Yeah.
Miss Ma'am, to, like, understand the power.
Of course,
behind art.
Yeah.
As an artist, as someone who cares, as someone who loves.
Yeah.
You already knew that. And that's really...
And that's instinctual. That's something
that
doesn't...
100%.
You can't be taught that, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
So give you your flowers.
Okay, we just gonna have to be giving flowers all show, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you're right. But I will say that...
here comes the noise.
Oh, my God, sir.
We're still live, guys. You know... we got the... Welcome to South Florida also.
Right.
So, okay.
There you go. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Phil.
Phil closed the gate.
Shout out to Phil for always holding it down.
Beautiful producer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just sang their praises earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that. So
break it down for us. What is an art doula?
Yes.
So that was interesting because actually you were standing next to me when somebody said that when we were at the Roots bookstore opening, and they were like, I'm a facilitator.
Oh, I do remember hearing
doula.
that. Yeah, I do remember
I
that.
usually say like I'm a facilitator of art.
Right.
And then to be like, oh, a doula, yes, I actually like that is like an art doula is someone who, you know, facilitates and holds space for a creative endeavor, you know?
Because you're not actively creating art necessarily, but you're kind of teaching mediums, teaching.
Right. Having
And
And
conversations.
allowing others to birth their art.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I really like that term, and I was like, that's really.
I think it really suits
I like
you.
it.
That
like
works.
it.
But I will accept being a cultural worker. After you told me the formal definition, I was like, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so art doulas.
All right.
Shout out to art doulas,
Shout out to the art
art
doulas.
facilitators, art peoples, art
Yes.
homies.
Yes,
Okay.
people who create space.
Yeah,
I'm here
create
for
space.
it.
Yeah.
Let's start using that language. Take up more space with the art doulas.
Yeah. Yes.
Reminds me of Ruth and Famsage.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
And like we wives catch babies, but we catch.
We catch communities. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Exactly. That part.
So as we move into a new iteration, a new season of Voices Poetry for the People, what are some things that you might be looking forward to, or what do you feel like you're ready to hold in this new iteration?
So I have been feeling, and I kind of spoke with you guys, but I have been like feeling just a sense of like community and needing that community. I've been going through my own healing journey, and I'm very thankful and have immense gratitude for the space that I'm in and where I'm coming from and where I'm going. And so now being in a space where I've had time to rest and I've had time to get my equilibrium in order, if you will, balance myself out a little bit with my mental health and things like that. And I miss the community that we've built and created.
Yeah.
As a whole, we've all art doulaed. Okay, like we've all done that. So I really miss that space, and so now I'm feeling called to come into space again with you guys and other folks that are a part of Poetry for the People, and I feel like I can hold that space now.
Yeah.
I'm able to actually like, okay, let me take some initiative because this is feeling like this is tugging at me.
Yeah.
And I've had multiple affirmations from folks. Like even today before I came here, I messaged somebody about the show, and they're in New York. And I said, oh, by the way, I'm also starting Poetry for the People back up. And he sent me some photos, and he said, oh, I was at a Palestinian event yesterday, and I came across this book, and it was one of June Jordan's books, Poetry for the People in a Time of War.
Oh.
So he sent that to me, and I said, thanks for that affirmation. That is like the fourth affirmation that this is, the timing is right.
If it's one thing I learned from Miss Jordan is we must become a menace to our enemies.
Yes.
Yes.
And the time is now.
Right.
Right.
Can you speak on a project that we took on as Poetry for the People that particularly speaks to you, or that, I don't know, that you hold dearly?
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that we did was just amazing and so much fun, from doing a whole poetry festival in the heart of Liberty City at the Belafonte Takosi Center with the last poets and
Intozaki
Shange, who partied with us afterwards and had a blast.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, and if you saw our flyer when we posted it, I posted a picture from the dinner because we talked about it.
She was in the picture.
One of the pictures you posted, I was sitting right across from her. Shout out to the purple head wrap. I don't wear her
That's
no more.
right. Yeah.
But
Me
man,
with the power pose.
Yeah. Oh, such a time. What a time.
So
what a
fun.
time.
Yeah, so that was really amazing to put that together and have some like real heavy hitters in the Black Arts movement there.
And it was so fun.
Yeah.
And somebody
We're doing
said,
a lot.
Somebody said of that event that we brought flowers to the hood. And I was just
Aw.
like,
That's a
hell
good
yeah.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
we brought flowers to the hood.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
it
made
was-
people bloom.
Yeah, and I really like enjoyed talking with Emery Douglas, who, you know, he was the art man. He was the art doula for the Black Panthers.
That's right.
And to be able to engage with him and hear his story and just know like that iconic symbol of that panther was him.
All of those illustrations
Yeah.
that we know and love.
Right.
All Emory Douglas.
Emory
absolutely.
Douglas, yeah. So that was cool. It was really a beautiful, beautiful experience to be able to be a part of that and put that together. But I think the one that for me is the most close to my heart was Where the Land is Free. A poetry and art exhibition that we did at LakeHouse Art Complex.
Oh my God.
Man, the turnout was for the opening night was really full and lit and packed, and we had so much support and so many things. And there was a specific space in there that I had curated
I remember that.
that was kind of off in the cut, which it worked. You know, it wasn't out on the main floor, but it was in the cut, and it made
You had
sense.
to enter it.
Yeah, you had to.
You had to be intentional about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a space, and Alyssa also helped put that together with me. But basically, the work in that space was because it was Where the Land is Free, and we taught displacement. Right? Like that was that was the theme.
Oh, and that was shortly after the eviction show during Art Basel where
That's
we met
right.
Peaches.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. So y'all met Peaches on the back.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun too. But so it was, the theme was displacement. So Where the Land is Free, displacement. And so that was the artwork that was called into that space and pulled into that space and curated in that space. And so the space that I curated was displacement by incarceration.
Right.
So I had artwork up from some of my students who were in the juvenile detention center at the time.
Yeah.
And I had displayed their work, and then also a family member who was incarcerated at the time that I was advocating about. That's the case that I'm speaking of. Their work was also hung in adjacent to those youth's work because they were also a youth.
Incarcerated as a youth.
Incarcerated as a youth. So, and then there was a phrase and some statistics that were in the space that I put that you had to engage with. And then there was a letter writing. So what I did is underneath the portrait that they had drawn, my family member, I had a little letter writing spot where folks could write to them, and I then sent the letters to them. As words of encouragement and all of that. And it was the space being off to the side was cool because it's kind of like this out of sight, out of mind, like how we think of incarceration.
It spoke
like
to the heart of exactly what.
Right. And so when I came onto the mic to speak at the time, and then my family member also called in.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Called in from prison, and it was live. Oh, I can't see it. We're getting notes, guys. We're getting dirty.
All right. So we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Okay, my bad. Okay. So basically,
Thank you,
yes.
Philip.
Yeah, so they called in and they did some poetry over the phone live, which a lot of people hadn't experienced that before. And so that kind of activated that space. And it was basically saying, like, out of sight, out of mind, like that space is off in the corner. You don't really know that it's there until you know.
Right.
So it's like you don't know what's going on with incarceration and what's happening with people until you're really in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Until you experience it
Right.
as either
So-
a family
it's your
member,
family member in
spouse,
there.
or
Yeah.
being the person in there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
true.
So
Which is so true for so much of what we don't tend to until it's too late,
Yeah.
I feel like.
right.
Yeah.
Same with Palestine, same with so many things.
Right.
That it's
Yeah.
like for so many years, people sounding the alarm
Right.
or
Yeah.
climate change or what have you. Like
It's only
anything
until
is
it
like
gets dire.
until it's
oh,
in
we
your
should pay
face,
attention.
until you get a very casual like flash flooding, whatever, and then it's wiped away your whole town.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe climate change is real. I don't know.
right.
So,
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
that was probably for me the most. And that individual did through the organizing that I did. They
Yeah.
came home and
Yes,
That's
they did
right.
come home. You brought
Yes.
them that person home. Shout
yeah,
out to
they
you,
came
Jess.
home. We got them home. We got them home
Yeah.
13 years early. So we got
Which is so wild.
yeah. So a lot of organizing, a lot of stuff happened, but the governor signed off in 2020, and they came home.
The
Like-
the joyful jubilee
Yeah.
that was that moment.
Oh
of
my
like,
God.
Yeah.
the release?
Oh, it was so crazy. I mean, when I got the call from the lawyer, I was like, whoa, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. Like, that person was going to be there till 2032.
Yep.
And they were there from the age of 14.
Which is wow.
So they would have been like 40 years old by the time they came
such
home.
crazy circumstances,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
so often the case.
Yep.
Yeah, so often the case, which is a lot of my students, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I work with a lot of those students that are
Yeah.
facing that same plight.
Yep.
And so a lot of organizing and things have gone around, and juvenile justice, or injustice, if you will, has been definitely like very much a forefront in the work that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
As
just
a
want to say thank you
artist
so
doula.
much, Jess.
Yes.
The
Yes.
art doula. Thank you for reframing that.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, you're artist, you're art doula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess with these last couple minutes that we have you here for,
Yes.
what are you looking forward to in this? Or I guess I think we just asked you that, so I will switch it up. Do you have a call to action for this next iteration?
There you go.
Sorry.
So I feel like I said, this has been on my heart. I feel like I'm happy to be back into space and kind of percolating in my brain of like, what could this look like? What could this be? I really would love to see some action and some things around, what's happening in the Everglades. I would like for us to consider some things that's happening maybe with Palestine.
Yeah.
And just wherever it's gonna take us. I'm here for it. I have ideas that are bubbling. I have things that are like, I want to propose to you guys. So we gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I know what we can do.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sky's
so
the limit
for
there.
anyone who's
Yeah.
out there that all of this sounds like it's right up their alley, what would you say is the best way to like get in touch with us and come hang out?
So we do have the Instagram.
Yes.
So you can DM the Instagram. What is it? Poetry for the People,
MIA.
MIA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Or you can hit up one of us through, I don't know what means. IG, yeah.
If you want to email the dispatch@gmail.com
Yes,
and
there
say,
you go.
hey, I want to learn more about Voices Poetry for the People. Let me know how I can hook up, and we
Yep.
will hook you up.
That's right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank
you,
you so
Jess.
much, Jess.
thanks, friends, for having me.
And since today is all about cultural organizing, are they ready? I don't know if they're ready.
Oh, you have more.
Is he in there? Yeah. Okay. So since today is all about cultural organizing through poetry, it's only right that we give y'all a poem. So let me make sure that we have our poet ready. Okay. Yes, they are on the
It's
way.
all happening.
Yes. Okay. So
Right
fresh off of their epic run, playing the lead in Fat Ham for its South Florida premiere, today we have actor, poet, and singer Henry Cadet blessing us with a new original piece titled My Only Favor. So let's give it up for our poet today, Henry Cadet.
Hey.
Oh, we gotta do a thing.
We got to do a thing. Okay.
Hey.
Get my stuff out of the way.
Hello, everybody. This is my poem, My Only Favor. What if I don't want to be your boss? What if I do care about the pieces of myself that I've lost? And this boss thing is running around wild like an infection. It feels like the world is entrenched by this pitfall and no one dares to question. This disease has been spotted from mansion to mansion. You see everyone eating good, acting like nothing happened, yet they don't tell you that you have to eat until you implode. Chained to a success mired in innocent blood, broken promises and manipulation, what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. We've been lied to. Robbed of our goodwill, dignity, pride. Why? for a buck or two. Just to say, look, mama, I could be rich too. Master taught me how to crack the whip, and he told me I got real big potential. And when you got to whip your mama, be ready, boo. Because no one's going to have empathy for you. And you got to do that shit like you mean it, because Master got his quotas too. I won't be your boss, but someone else will. They are going to rule with an iron will. And they won't have a whip nor will pacify us with the white Jesus. They'll just give you the hope that one day you too can beat us. You too can whip us. You too can drain us. You too can starve us. Just like when the sun was too hot, they made us pick it. Well, when the whip gets too heavy, it ain't going to be Master that whip it. It ain't the overseer no more, it's the manager. It ain't the big house no more, it's the corporate banner. It ain't the whip no more, it's the paper. So please, don't make me your boss. That's my only favor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for blessing the mic. Uh-oh. Was that yours? That was yours. So, thank you, Henry. We'll talk to you another time if you want to, get on the interview scene. We got a little tight schedule here, but thank you again. That was my only favor by Miami's own Henry Cadet. Check him out. That was
Wow.
great. So, let's talk about the Tala on location.
Yes.
Yeah?
Talk to us about it. What is this?
So-
what is this newness that you're bringing?
This week, we are premiering our new segment, The Dispatch on Location. So, at any given moment here in South Florida, there's an event, a book launch, a protest, a sound bath, a community meeting, or press conference happening. And we want to catch as many of those events as we can, right? So we're hitting the road to bring the culture to your streets. Starting off this week, we have 2 on-location segments. First up, our beloved friend and sister, Ruth Jen Noel.
Yes.
She just launched her first book, and we are so excited that we were in the building to kick off the book tour. The book is called Restorative Justice Practices. There's a subtitle. I'm not remembering right now, but it's called Restorative Justice Practices.
Yes.
So check that out. It's available here locally on her website. You can go to FAMSAG's website. Dale Zine has it. Shout out to Dale Zine.
That's right. And she has been so instrumental in bringing restorative justice to us here in South Florida. So
she's the go-to
definitely, a much needed book from her.
It's a short segment. We will be premiering the full episode of that book talk on our YouTube page. So just go follow the Atala Dispatch on YouTube, and you'll be able to see that. After that, we went down to visit with folks over at LakeHouse PNG. This independent theater is making waves with a very compelling season of plays, and starting out with their first show entitled 3 Scenes in the Life of a Trotskyist. We got a chance to sit down with the cast and talk about the show, and even got to preview a scene. So sit tight and check out The Dispatch on Location, starting now, right now. You're gonna
But when my mom made her transition last year, in March of 2024, it almost felt like there was like a time stop. And during that time, I was in a lot of grief, and still am. I'm still in like deep grief. But a couple months after, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on here? And it was like her spirit would come to me and like, you have to finish your project. And this is one of the many projects that she's tasked me with. And so I thank her spirit, I thank her for continuing to push me, even on the other side.
Sure.
And so another part of this song, and for all of my creatives in the room, I did do an opening of this. So we'll go first to acknowledgements, which is after just a chapter page in the table of contents. It's right So I'm going to read the acknowledgments. Acknowledgments. With gratitude and reverence, I acknowledge the many circles that have held me throughout this journey. Thank you to the Supreme Olodumare. Thank you to my Ori, my ancestors who walk with me, my spirit guides, and all the Irumale that stand with me. To the ultimate peacekeeper, Obatala and Falarisha. First, I bow to the indigenous peoples who have practiced circle processes for thousands of years across continents and cultures. Your wisdom and teachings form the foundation of this work. Thank you for preserving these practices despite historical efforts to silence them. To my mentors who guided me through my first tentative steps as a circle keeper, your patience, wisdom, and gentle corrections taught me that this work is not about perfection, but presence. Special thanks to Shujata Balika, Sia Henry, and Robert Spicer for sharing your wisdom, training, and faith in this work. To the youth leaders and organizers at Power Youth Center for Social Change, I gotta do the chant, y'all, so y'all gotta, if you know it. Power!
You know!
Power!
You know!
Power!
You know!
Thank you for being my first teachers. Your unwavering belief in restorative practices changed my life. To the communities who opened their doors and hearts, allowing me to witness their healing journeys, your courage to sit in difficult conversations and transform harm into growth continues to humble and inspire me. To my family, Mark, Jasmine, Jada, and Marvell, supported countless late nights, emotional processes, and absences when circle work called me away. Your love remains the most restorative circle that I know. To my Iya Ifawi, Eshuloju, Eyo Iwashe, wow. And thank you. And finally, to every person who has ever sat in circle, whether in joyful celebration or during painful reckoning, it is our stories that breathe life into these pages. The courage it takes to show up fully, to speak your truth, and to listen deeply to others is what makes healing possible. The circle, like this book, belongs to all of us. It is merely, I am merely, it's temporary, and keeper. Asheo, it is so. Ashe.
Artistic director here at LakeHouse PNG. Also the director for 3 Scenes in the Life of a Trotskyist, written by Andy Boyd. And this is the cast.
I'm Pete Rogan. I play Lewis/Lou in the first scene. In the first scene in the life of the Trotskyist, who's a working class custodian at the university where these young men go to school. And I also play 1980 Daniel in scene 3.
My name is Richard. I play a character named Ben. He's a debater, and he's also a student at the City College, and a communist cadre. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Samuel Crow. I play Lev Trachtenberg. He is the Trotskyist in 3 Scenes in the Life of a Trotskyist, and the play follows 3 scenes of his life.
Hello, my name is Warren Wells. I play as Paul in scene 1, who's just a messenger boy who comes in and tells them the news. And in scene 2, I play as Curtis, who's a student trying to make a change for his own people in the institution, university institution.
Hi, my name is Garrett Cologne. In scene 1, that I play 1938, 39? 39. I play 1939 Daniel, a then young man who is really eager to make his mark on the world and save as many people as he can. And in scene 3, I play Sean, a young Republican who has never really come up against the idea of the machine before.
And I think it's, for me, Three Scenes is such an important play because it focuses on this idea of theory versus action, of talking the talk versus walking the walk, of sticking to your grounds and your political ideals, and then watching as the world moves past
Very
them.
human, grounded perspective. I think a lot of the play is about human connection and the desire for connection, and this feeling that we all want to be a part of something that makes us feel strong and connected, and what could happen when, as we grow older, because yes, like Garrett said, things change, and that affects our connection to others. I'd like to shout out Andy Boyd, the playwright.
Woo!
Andy has written a play that I think like an actor should dream of playing in. Because it is so sophisticated and so challenging, but also so deep to the core of like human emotion and reaction that anyone should just be dreaming of doing a play like this, because every single character like reaches into their soul and just everything comes out so organically. Nothing feels forced, and I think that this play should be celebrated, and I can't wait to see what Andy has next. And yeah, just so shout out Andy.
Big love, Andy.
I'd like to actually shout out Rich and Sam here because there are as Sam said, this play is extremely sophisticated at times, and the language gets really, really lengthy. But it is truly a testament to Sam and Rich that they can take that language and make it raw and animal at the same time. You know, the language was written by the playwright to be spoken as by a people, and Sam and Rich went the distance for that. So,
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Gotta shout out Alex, our stage manager, who could not be with us today, but best of the best. Who is also our sound designer, and to shout out the whole design team. We have Aaron Proctor, love of my life, as our costume designer. We have Leonardo Urbina as our lighting designer. Tyler Regalado as our scenic designer, and then 2 high schoolers as set run crew, which is awesome. I'm not going to name the high schoolers.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's okay. Don't put them out there.
We have a little child labor because we have to understand the capitalist lens.
We all have to know.
Educational experience.
Yeah, on the job training. There it is.
Speaking of capitalist lens and the syndicalist model, I'm gonna go ahead and actually shout out my union.
Okay, let's go.
And for our paymaster for actually getting back to us in a timely fashion so that we could handle it. Because I've wanted to do this show since I read it when I came to .pdf, last year, the year before?
Since last year.
Yeah. So, just to be that I'm thrilled to be working down here at the LakeHouse anyway. So, and Izzy Garcia, who couldn't be here. So I would not be here if it were not for Izzy. I would not even know LakeHouse was on the map if it weren't for my boy Izzy. So.
Shout 'em
Come in. Curtis, Jesus, is it 1:30 already? I'm working on an essay on Wallace Stevens for the review. Not partisan review, right? I forget now that the review of books, it's different. Used to be you said the review, people knew what you were talking about, but now, anyway, the point is if I kept better track of time, I would have cleaned up. What am I saying? That's not true. Sometimes I feel like the clerk from Chaucer. Yet had he but little gold in coffery, but all that he meet of his friend is hent, on book is on learning he had spent. All I mean to say is that I maybe have too many books.
Oh!
Have you not gotten to the Chaucer and Lit Hum yet?
I don't think we read them.
Really? Let me check. Huh, you're right, no Chaucer.
Yeah, I'm taking the course.
That you are. And how's it going?
It's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Would you care to elaborate?
Well, I never read any of this stuff before, so in that way it makes it interesting. But I feel like the other students have. It's like I'm playing catch up. Even on the first day, they made these little jokes and scanned the room to see who laughed.
What kind of jokes?
They're stupid.
Like what?
You really want to know?
Sure.
Well, when the instructor mentioned we'd be reading Oedipus, the guy next to me says, "The Oedipus, he's a real motherfucker."
Yeah, that is stupid.
My grades aren't as good as they were in high school. Which makes sense, but I feel like that's related. They hold these study groups that I somehow always get left out of. It's like it wasn't enough for them to get into Columbia. They had to create smaller and smaller cliques and clubs, and that only works when you shut somebody out.
That's tough.
It's fine.
But look, I understand how you feel. When I came to college, I read Marx, Dickens, and the complete works of Avram Goldenford.
Would you mind spelling that?
You know, no one's going to quiz you on that. The Shakespeare of the Yiddish theater.
Oh.
You seem anxious.
I suppose you could say
And
that.
truly, that does sound rough, but kids are assholes, especially rich kids. The point of a core curriculum like the one we have at Columbia is that it's meant to level the playing field. You've never read any of this stuff, and they have. Probably less than they pretend to, because honestly, the schools they went to, Exeter or Andover, they're not great institutions of learning. They're finishing schools. You're not as far behind as you think.
It's kind of you to say that, Professor.
Sure, we gotta look out for each other.
We?
The working class, and especially our two corners of it. You know, I marched with Dr. King in '63.
Oh.
And I lobbied hard to get your scholarship program started. We've had black students for years, but mostly the sons of black professionals, kids who went to the schools we were just talking about. I was the one who told them that if we really cared about racial justice, we had to open our doors to the black proletariat.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, I'm on your side.
Thank you.
So you're an English major.
I haven't decided.
I'm surprised.
Why?
Well, you're taking my course. It's pretty heavy stuff. Most people who take it are at least considering a career in the academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why it's called an advanced colloquium.
There weren't any prereqs.
Is that why you took it?
No, it sounds.
Don't say interesting. I'm kidding.
Oh.
So really, why'd you take it?
Why did
It's
I?
not a true question. I'm trying to figure out why you're in my course so I can know how to help you, what your goals are.
I don't know. It sounded. Professor, I feel like what I'm about to say might give you a low estimation of my intelligence.
Curtis, please, I think you're very bright.
After the first semester at Lit Hum, I thought that reading more modern texts would be easier. Modern literature. I thought we'd be reading.
What, Peyton Place?
Oh, at my high school, we read The Sun Also Rises, The Great Gatsby. I love those books. I felt like they were about a world. Well, not one that I knew, but one that I can understand. The characters in those books talk like people, but in your class.
Right. The high modernists can be a bit difficult. Eliot, Joyce, Pound, the way they play with language is a lot of the point.
Yeah.
And with those three in particular, they're really assuming a foundation in the canon.
You could have made that a prereq.
Yeah, I guess so.
You ask me frankly?
Frankly, you may.
The writers in your course, it almost feels like they're making it purposely difficult to understand what they're saying. And not equally difficult for everyone. It's like the students with their jokes. Like they only want the few people that read what they've read to understand their work. Like with Elliot, The Wasteland. Who puts footnotes on a poem?
Well, that's actually kind of a funny joke because most of those are intentionally misleading.
How is anyone supposed to know that?
Nobody ever said poetry was easy.
But shouldn't it at least be clear? Shouldn't you be able to read the poem and understand what the author is trying to say?
No, I don't think they should.
Why not?
Curtis, do you know the story of Jacob wrestling with God?
Of course.
And he says,
I will not let thee go except thou bless me.
Right, I mean, we're using different translations, but yeah, that's how I think of modernist literature. It's a wrestle, a struggle, and also a blessing. You have to work through it to get the reward, but the rewards themselves are tremendous.
Okay.
The best poetry is music and philosophy at the same time. Eliot's created a profoundly beautiful poem that also expresses a quite specific point of view about modern society. He thinks that modernity is essentially diseased. Now, this is coming out of the Great War, but also his own tortured relationship with Christianity.
He's a Christian?
Yeah, profoundly, problematically so. He sees traditional culture as being in total freefall, total disarray. Like Marx says, all that is solid melts into air. All that is sacred is profane.
He's a Marxist?
No, definitely not. But they're looking at the same thing from different angles. Are you following this?
I think so.
And so, as traditional culture fragments and decays, it shows up in new and surprising ways in the poetry. Like fossils exposed after a landslide. And not just high culture, mythology, folk songs, stupid pop jingles. Hurry up, please, it's time, is what the bartender used to say at last call. But here, it's transformed into something ominous, looming, apocalyptic. Eliot isn't just telling us about the breakdown of society, he's showing us in his poem and in himself.
I don't.
What?
I don't understand how you got any of that from reading this poem. Even with the footnotes. He doesn't translate the French.
Well, he assumes his readers will have French.
Why would he do that?
I don't feel like you're trying to understand. I feel like you're trying to get my permission to stop trying.
No. I want to understand.
Why?
Why? Because. Isn't that why I'm here? To understand?
Why are you here?
Because I deserve to be.
Oh.
Sorry, that sounded... No. I do. I got a perfect score on my SAT. I was valedictorian in a class of thousands. Every day in 100 ways this institution tells me I don't belong here. But I do. My father is a great admirer of Dr. Du Bois. He raised me to value an education he was denied. Those letters called him 5 foot, those 5 foot letters called him Butler, I want to know what they know.
So you're the talented 10th.
I aspire to be. I need an extension. What?
That's funny, right?
What is?
You give this whole speech about your great promise and then you ask for special treatment.
I'm not asking for special treatment.
Yes, you are.
My roommate says students ask for extensions all the time.
Not the day the paper is due. That's not how it's done. There's a procedure.
But I don't know the procedure. If a policy is assumed to be in common knowledge, then it actually just privileges the students in the know. They're the ones receiving special treatment.
That's actually a pretty good argument.
Thank you.
Read this. It's a classic. Completely ignores historical context, but for close reading, he's the best.
Thank you. So you give me the extension?
I haven't made up my mind. Convince me.
Convinced?
Yeah, why you deserve it.
Okay. Professor Trottenberg, you say you've advocated for working class black students here at Columbia, but it's simply not enough to just let us in the door. Even with the scholarship, I work 2 jobs outside of the school. I pay part of the rent of my parents' apartment. My mom asks for help, and my dad winces like he does when he climbs the stairs. But there's nothing they can do. They need the money.
You're on full scholarship.
Yes.
Tell them you can't do it.
I can't.
I did. My parents didn't speak to me for months. They survived.
My parents have given me everything they have. They place all their hopes and expectations on my shoulders.
Tell them that's unfair. You have to live your life.
I can't.
You can't or you won't.
I won't. Where I'm from, you don't understand. We look out for each other. Someone gets evicted, they come crash on your couch. You got a kid's game to get to, you cover their shift. Capitalism is trying to sweat every bit of value out of us that it can, and we're trying to make a life out of that pressure cooker. Not just a living, a life. I can't turn my back on them. I'd be turning my back on myself.
But that is your choice. You're trying to describe it as a necessity, but it is a choice.
Fine, you see it that way.
And also, I fail to see how any of what you just said is the fault of Columbia University.
Okay, then let's talk about that. Columbia University is an institution built by and for white people. Simply letting black students attend without changing the university is like integrating us into a burning building. You're putting us in danger by exposing us to the full brunt of whiteness, and what's more, you're asking us to consider it a favor. Black people aren't just white people with dark skin. Our institutions have to reflect that.
You think Columbia University is dangerous?
I do.
That's incredible.
It's true.
It's just kind of funny because I was actually in a war. We fought this guy named Hitler. So for you to tell me Columbia University is dangerous...
It's an institution built on white supremacist values.
White supremacists?
Yes. Those names come from Butler, Plato, Aristotle, Sophocles. I don't deny they have much to teach us. But don't we have something to teach them as well? Where's Douglas, the Overture, Du Bois? It's the same in LakeHouse. Delson's a white man, not a single black man.
That's not true. You read Augustine, he was an African.
An African? Okay.
And really, this business of defining Sophocles by his supposed whiteness is completely reactionary. Sophocles doesn't belong to Europe, he belongs to humanity. That's why we study him. Not because of the color of his skin, because of the content of his work.
Then why don't we study equally worthy black writers?
Equally worthy to Sophocles? I don't think they exist.
You don't?
Sophocles is one of the probably 10 most important writers who have ever lived.
Line.
And Egypt.
And Egypt learned much of what it learned, and Greece learned much of what it learned from Egypt. Herodotus said that Egypt gave Greece its entire religion, including the festival of Dionysus, which gave rise to the ancient drama.
Where'd you read that? Muhammad speaks.
I read it in Herodotus. And just one example of what I'm talking about, professors don't ask their white students why they're taking their course. They don't question their motives. They don't demean them.
I'm not demeaning.
Yes, you are. You're asking me to perform for you, to justify my existence. If you don't want to give me the extension, just say that. I can take the hit. But I don't need this. You, T.S. Eliot. I will not assimilate into an institution that does not respect me, that does not teach my poetry, my music, that does not see that Edison is every bit the equal of Mozart, that does not see that Haydn and Edison are just as gifted as Eliot and Joyce. You don't have to say what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say. I'm in a group on campus of other radicals, and they asked me about you. If we should put you on a list.
Your list?
Of professors to target, boycotts, interruptions, sit-ins. This is a white supremacist institution, and institutions are upheld by people. They asked me if you were one of them. I said I didn't know. Now I do.
A list? Buddy, I've been on lists before, and I clean their clocks every time. I didn't live through Joe Stalin and Joe McCarthy to have my reputation dragged through the mud by undergraduates.
We prepared a curriculum, a list of works that reflect the genius of black people. We are asking every literature professor to assign one work during their course from a list. Black people represent over 10% of the American population. We contributed far more than 10% of our national culture. One text in a 15-week course is more than fair. We've already discussed it with Dean Coleman.
Oh, that putz. He's been gunning for me since I got here. You know when I got hired, we had 3 faculty members announce early retirement? Terrified by the thought of a Jew teaching European literature. Now we don't even stock their books in Butler anymore. I'll bet Coleman danced a fucking jig when you told him you were going after me. Any excuse to can the yid.
This has nothing to do with you being Jewish, and everything with your refusal to see black genius.
Because I teach modernism. Look, I
am sympathetic to the plight of the blacks, but no oppressed group has ever created the great art of their day. We spent 10 years in the 30s looking for the next great proletarian writer. We didn't find him. Why? Because the oppressed are busy trying to survive. They don't have the institutional support, the money, the time. That's what's truly horrifying about capitalism. It prevents a vast numbers of people from achieving their full potential. There is unequal distribution of the means of producing genius.
So you don't think there are any great black writers?
No, I look forward to the day when black writers can rise above their oppression and create a literature that will stand the test of time, but they're not there.
My God, you say that and you think you're progressive. You actually think you're a friend of the race. Maybe you were radical 30 years ago, but now you're the white liberal Dr. King warned us about.
I'm not a liberal, I'm a fucking Marxist. You think you're the vanguard of the revolution? Well, this is how the counter-revolution starts. The left eats its own tail, like the kids in Mao's China right now, throwing their professors out of windows. Like the purges of the 30s in Russia, destroying the best and brightest, the idealists, the first full flowers of the revolution. Mayakovsky, my God, that was a poet. And even the humble literary critics. Those who refused to co-sign the new socialist realism, put into gulags because they believed in form. The only reason you're not doing the same is that you don't have the power to.
That's not true.
You know, this is my career, right? This is my life. It's my reputation. If you succeed in what you're doing, I may never work again. In this political climate, anything to the right of Mao Zedong and you're on thin fucking ice.
It's my life too.
No, it's not. You're not even an English major.
Did it ever occur to you that those of us who are oppressed,
shut out.
Maybe we need literature the most. And maybe if we can't be free anywhere else, we could be free inside of a book. And maybe that means books aren't just word games to us. They're bread and water, shelter, clothing. The first time I read Langston Hughes, I heard my grandmother humming in the kitchen. The first time I read Gwendolyn Brooks, I could hear my aunt clicking her tongue, word in her hands. The first time I read Baldwin, I saw the voice in my head spread out across the page and I knew I wasn't alone. If you can't see genius in life, that's on you. Black people are done trying to change ourselves to fit institutions. We're changing institutions to fit us.
No, that's not how you do it. You don't ask them to change the rules. You beat the fuckers at their own game and rub their smug faces in it. If you win your way, there will always be an asterisk next to your accomplishment. You don't want that, trust me.
Why should I?
Because we did exactly what you were trying to do 20 years ago.
And you really think the same tactics that work for you will work for me?
I don't see why they shouldn't.
Because of racism.
Curtis, when I was your age, my people were being gassed in Auschwitz.
And my people were being lynched in Mississippi.
How many? Do you know? It damn sure wasn't 6 million.
I'll see you at the picket line. You choose which side.
Wow. Oh man, I really hope y'all enjoyed that. If you would like to go see 3 scenes from a Trotskyist, check out LakeHouse PNG on Instagram. The show opens next month, and I think you have about 6 chances to see it, so don't feel like you're gonna miss it. But it is an amazing show, and I hope you all go see it.
That was so incredibly fun. A lot of art we brought to
Yeah,
the show today.
It's a
Thank
very
you,
full
Henry. Thank you, Jess from Poetry for the People, for joining us. We are joining you from here because Reina with Journey Al Jardín is coming up right now.
Yeah.
And so we're signing off now.
Yep.
We're excited to see you all next week for Black August.
Not next week, next month.
Next
We'll be at the end of the month. I think it's going to be August 27th. It's going to be a great show. We will have a live staged reading performance for you. Yes. So, get ready for that.
Lots of other goodies,
and,
too.
Black August is a revolutionary time. So just check out our Instagram page for all of the revolutionary teas because it's going to be a big one. So thank you all for joining us.
Yes. We'll see you
next month. Yeah.
Bye.